He passed away. I'm sorry, one sentence. 2 lives changed forever. It's 6:30 p.m. on June 30th, and a birthday dinner is happening inside a normal home family. Food, laughter, the kind of night that's supposed to feel safe. But outside, a man is watching. He's not there to celebrate. He's there because his ex-girlfriend is inside. And he's convinced she shouldn't be. In just minutes, the door will open. And the night will turn into a crime scene. This story isn't just about one violent moment. It's about obsession, control, and what happens when someone refuses to accept the word over. Police get the call from someone inside the house, an adult trying to explain what's happening, but struggling to even process it in real time. It's a birthday dinner. Someone invited a girl. And then, the girl's boyfriend showed up. The caller doesn't sound like someone describing a planned attack. They sound like someone describing a sudden nightmare. Officers respond quickly, moving toward the address with limited information. They don't know what they're walking into. They don't know how bad it is. And they don't know the suspect is already trying to disappear. The first moments are confusion and urgency. Officers enter, calling out, "Is anyone in here? Does anyone have a gun?" Then they see it's someone down inside the home. A young man, 22-year-old Kelly Torres, has been hit multiple times. Officers find a pulse, but it's faint, so faint they can't even tell if he's fading fast or already gone. They move quickly because every second matters. And because another reality is now obvious. The shooter isn't standing there waiting, he's already gone. Kelly is rushed to an ambulance. Medics do what they can, trying to stabilize him and keep him alive long enough to reach the hospital. But the situation is critical. While Kelly is being transported, officers turn back to the people inside the home, witnesses who are shaken, terrified, and still trying to understand what they just saw. The first person they speak with is Alanda Rosales, Kelly's sister. And what she tells police makes one thing clear. This wasn't random. A man came in. He had a gun. And he wasn't asking random questions. He was looking at someone. Focusing on someone. Alanda describes how she told her mother to take her child and move away, trying to protect her family in the middle of chaos. Then she remembers words that hit like ice. "Do you love me?" That question isn't about love, it's about ownership. It's about control. Seconds later, shots rang out. And the man ran. Now police look around the room and they notice someone sitting behind Alanda. A young woman, quiet, shaken, and clearly connected to what just happened. Her name is Tasha Castaneda. She is 21 years old, and detectives quickly realize the gunman wasn't targeting the entire house. He was targeting a life he no longer had access to. Police ask her the most important question. What's his name? Tasha answers immediately. Milton Orlando Jr., her ex-boyfriend. Detectives ask how long they've been broken up. Tasha says it's been 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Not 5 years. Not a long time ago. Just 5 weeks. Police ask the next question. Was he violent during the relationship? Tasha says it was never reported, but what she describes next is a pattern that officers recognize instantly. He kept showing up. At her job. In places he shouldn't have known she would be. And Tasha says something that changes the entire investigation. She doesn't know how he keeps finding her. She turned her location off, but he still appears like he's tracking her. And then she says the words every officer takes seriously. He had been talking about hurting her. At this point, police aren't dealing with a simple ex-boyfriend problem. They're dealing with an escalating threat, one that has already spilled into violence. With the suspect identified, police issue a statewide bolo be on the lookout. The suspect, Milton Orlando Jr. The vehicle, a white pickup truck. The urgency is intense. Because now there are 2 crises happening at once. 1. A young man is in critical condition at the hospital. 2. A gunman is still out there, possibly armed, possibly unstable, and possibly still searching for Tasha. Hours pass. No confirmed sightings. It starts to feel like he vanished, and in cases like this, the fear is always the same. If someone is willing to cross this line once, what stops them from doing it again? After nearly 5 hours, a lead comes in. Milton's truck is reportedly parked outside a home in the city. Officers respond hard, multiple units, perimeter set, weapons drawn, planning for a possible standoff. They call out, "Milton, this is the sheriff's office. We know you're inside. We are not leaving. Come to the door." They also make contact with a homeowner identified as the friend's mother, hoping she'd cooperate. But her answers don't sit right. She's vague, evasive. She claims the suspect arrived around the time she got home and then supposedly left again. But the truck is still there, so officers do what they have to do. They split up. Some stay watching the house. Others move into the wooded area nearby searching, listening, expecting an ambush that never comes. Then a radio call changes everything. The suspect isn't inside the house. He's already gone driving around with his friend Mario in a similar-looking truck. The confusion costs time. And in a manhunt, time is the one thing you never get back. Over the next hour, officers chase lead after lead. A truck flipped on the side of the road matching the description turns out not to be the right vehicle. Another possible sighting ends up being the wrong car altogether. Every false lead increases the pressure. Because somewhere out there is a person who just committed a deadly act. And is still moving through public roads like nothing happened. Then another radio call comes in, this one different. A plate is identified. A truck is being followed. Officers finally get what they've been waiting for. A confirmed location. Police converge at the location. Multiple units arrive, positioning carefully. They don't know if Milton will surrender quietly, or if he'll force a dangerous situation. Officers give commands clear and loud. Hands up, step out, walk backward. And finally, they detain both men, Milton Orlando Jr. and Mario. The manhunt ends on the roadside, not with celebration, but with relief. Because the biggest fear in a case like this is that the suspect won't stop until there's another victim. At the station, detectives need something that holds up in court. Witness accounts matter. But a case becomes stronger with admissions, timelines, and motive. Milton doesn't talk much at first. He mumbles short answers. He avoids details. Detectives ask how he found Tasha. He gives a clue. Her truck. They ask if he used an app. He acknowledges it. They ask what happened when he got there. He says he was acting in the moment. He says he was intoxicated on alcohol. But detectives push past that because intoxicated isn't an explanation, especially not when someone brings a weapon to a confrontation. So they shift the conversation to what he can't stop thinking about. Tasha. They talk about the relationship, how long it lasted. He says around 7 years. They ask why he brought the gun. He can't give a clean answer. He circles emotions, stress, jealousy, lack of sleep, feeling like he was losing everything. And then, little by little, the obsession starts to show. He talks like the relationship is still something he can fix. Like showing up was supposed to make things better. But the reality is, you don't repair love with fear. You don't repair heartbreak with control. And you don't repair rejection with violence. Back at the hospital, Kelly Torres is pronounced dead. A young life lost on what should have been a night of celebration. Mario, the friend who had been driving Milton around afterward, is later released without charges, described as trying to calm him down. Milton, however, faces the full weight of what happened. He is charged with murder on June 30th, 2024, and held on $500,000 bail. And after a 2-day trial on February 2nd, he is found guilty of capital murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. This case leaves behind questions that haunt every community. How quickly can obsession turn into violence? How often do warnings go unreported because someone hopes it will just stop? And how many people live with the fear of being tracked, always watched, always hunted by someone who refuses to let go? For Tasha, this wasn't just a breakup. It was a countdown. For Kelly Torres, it was a night he never should have been pulled into. And for the family inside that home, that birthday dinner becomes something they'll never be able to remember the same way again. Because sometimes the most dangerous words aren't shouted. Sometimes they're whispered as a question. Do you love me? And when love becomes ownership, someone always pays the price. If this story moved you, remember behind every statistic is a human being who once laughed, loved, and dreamed. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that uncover the darkest sides of human nature and the lessons they leave behind. This is True Crime and Scam Stories, where every story has a heartbeat.